In a world where everyone has their own YouTube channel and podcast, this guy had a YouTube channel but no podcast. Now, here's the guy with zero original ideas.
Once again, something wonderful in my life has been turned into a giant crap fest.
It's Shawn Cash and the Shawn Cash Podcast.
I am not one of your fans!
I am back, and I am doing another PodCash, and I have a project that I want to work on, a little bit of an experiment. I also want to give you an update on a Star Wars project that I have coming up, but I also have questions to answer, and I want to get to those as well. So I've got a lot of things to do today, not your typical PodCash, more a tinkering and tangents, because I am going to be working on a few things, and I'm sure I'm going to go off on some tangents. So I have some questions here, but first, I just came back from Disneyland. That's why I didn't have a video last week. I am going to probably have a video this week and next week because I have a project that I am working on. But I was in Disneyland, and I'm like a kid again every time I'm in Disneyland. I'm constantly inspired by things and the Imaginarium team that puts together the different things inside Disneyland. I'm always really impressed with the things they do. And I did ride the Indiana Jones ride, and I had just done the Indiana Jones Grail Diary, and walking through that ride, it made me mad at myself a little bit, because I think I could have gone for some things that were not necessarily more screen accurate, because as I said, I was not going for screen accuracy on my Indiana Jones Grail Diary, but I wanted it to look like it was a believable prop. And I wasn't happy with some of the inserts. The inserts were the thing that really bothered me, because they were all just on photo paper and they were printed. I mean, some of them looked really good, and I think for the money, it was a great value prop, and I would still recommend getting it if it's something that you're interested in. But I wanted more tactile differences in the items, and so I started down this obsessive rabbit hole of trying to find different things that would feel more real. And I wanted to get real photos, and I wanted to get some different documents that were printed on different types of paper. And I started looking at things that I could print and things that I could do. And then I thought, oh, what about Etsy? Etsy is a whole world of people that do that and sell their items that they want to give you that same experience. And I stumbled across a store, HedgerowSecrets. Lucie at HedgerowSecrets out of England puts together stuff for people that are trying to do scrapbooking, and they want items like stamps and pictures and things to add to their scrapbooking feel. I wound up talking back and forth with Lucie, and she wound up watching my last Grail Diary video. She kind of saw what I was looking for. We exchanged some emails back and forth about what I actually wanted. I wanted some old-time looking photos. I wanted stamps. I wanted receipts. I wanted ledger notes. I wanted all of these things, and they were all things that she does and has. And so she put together a custom package that I bought from her, and I'm sure that she would sell you one as well if you're trying to put together your Grail Diary. And HedgerowSecrets, I'll put a link in the video description down below, but I received a package, and I want to do a couple different things, because my idea of a realistic insert would be layers. And I always talk about that with paint, doing the layers with paint, trying to make sure that you're able to have a believability to it. And I wanted to tape things to it, because I would assume that would be a way that then you would have attached things, maybe paper clips, maybe some tape. And I would think, because this is old and worn and India's lugging this thing around everywhere, it needs distressed, old looking tape. And I had kind of a happy accident. When I was doing my thermal detonators, I had taped some pieces down and I was using my airbrush. And so that the airbrush didn't blow the pieces all over, I used Scotch tape. And the paint stained the Scotch tape. And I'd also used some inks, and the ink seemed to really stain the Scotch tape. So I want to see if I can make some old, worn, weathered-looking tape to maybe tape some pictures and to do some different things with what is in here that we'll get to in a moment from HedgerowSecrets. But I have two different kinds of tape. I have one that has like a shiny surface, and I have a piece of, I guess this is just cooking paper, parchment paper, and I'm going to put some tape down on this parchment paper. And the reason I'm using the parchment paper is I want the tape to still be sticky when I'm done with it. So I'm going to put a couple pieces of tape on here, maybe a couple of the flat matte tape, and then one of the shiny one. And here, I'm going to let it speak for itself. So this is what you can expect from HedgerowSecrets if you make a purchase like this. So I told her what I was doing. Hi, Shawn. Best wishes for your journal, Lucie. So Lucie wraps these in, it looks like some patterns, and she sends out these amazing packages of receipts and stuff. And I thought that some of these pictures might make a better addition to this journal, since the ones that were in there were just on photo paper. And these, I like that. I definitely like this. So I'm just going to kind of go through some of the objects in here. I love this one. See, I love these weathered edges. I love the skull. Oh, see? Now that's what I want. Now that's a photo. And here's something else I bought. I bought these scissors that cut patterns. Now, if you've looked at any old photos, they used to have patterns that were cut into the edges of the, here, I'll show you. Oh, there we go. So a lot of the old photos used to have these edges cut into them that showed you what kind of camera it came from based on the notches. And I'm just trying to kind of add some variation to some of these so that they look the part. And see, what I want to do is I want some of these photos to be taped to pages. So that's what I'm looking to do. But now, let me finish going through these. I'm getting sidetracked here. There's a great looking letter, a certificate of birth. Oh, see, this is, oh my God. This is exactly what I was looking for, Lucie. This is the kind of stuff that I think will really make my Grail Diary stand out. Again, not necessarily screen accurate, but this is the kind of stuff that the different textures in the paper, a telegram. Oh, see now these are real stamps. Oh, this is so good. Look, I'm telling you, HedgerowSecrets is the name of the company on Etsy, and you should get one of these. If you're oh, look at these pictures. These are so good. Oh, look at these. Oh, these are so good. Oh, these are so good. this is exactly what I wanted. Lucie, this is perfect. This is so perfect. Let me finish going through these and then I'm going to show you what my plan is. All right. So these are awesome. This is exactly what I wanted. So they make these different scissor patterns, as you can see from here, and you can cut different notches in the edges. So I might do this with some of the photos so that I can get different edges on them. But the other thing that I'm doing with this tape, sorry, I got sidetracked. I bought some ink, and what my plan is I'm gonna try and dye some of this tape to make it look old, and I'm going to tape some of the photos. And this is just some alcohol inks that I bought from Michael's. I have a caramel, a latte, and a ginger. And I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna give this a try, and then I'll explain some of the other things I'm doing here. Just random inks. And I'm gonna put some blotch, just some blotches, some spots. I also have some questions. So here we go. Question number 1. I am a Patreon member and I pledge month-to-month support for your channel every single month. I've bought a few things off of your Amazon wish list, so this is going to seem like an odd question considering everything that I've just said and how many times I have binge watched your past videos. Thank you very much. Why on earth do you do it? Why on earth do you do it? Why do you spend so much time obsessing over these items and making all of them? Not just the filming part, just making props in general. I find your videos funny and fun to watch, but why do you make props? Thanks for doing it, by the way. All right. That's a great question. I don't really know why I make props. It's one of those things that I find some sort of cathartic nature in trying to build something, and I find it kind of like a puzzle. So when you're building props, it's like you're a detective. You're trying to figure out how the original prop maker built something, and then you're trying to make that prop yourself in a believable way that looks like the original. And I find that kind of that problem solving and that little bit of detective work really entertaining, and I find it relaxing. I don't know where I'm going to store all of these things as I make more and more of them, but I really enjoy making props. It's a great question. I don't recommend it for anybody because it's, if you're anything like me, it's a rabbit hole that you're going to have a hard time getting out of because it's fun. It's a lot of fun to build these things, and I find it enjoyable, and it's a good time. So here's what I want to do with these. So thank you for the question, by the way. This is the tape, and it seems to have worked. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and cut it. I should probably get a better X-Acto blade, but I'll make this work. So what I would like to do is to take something like this and use some of these and make this look like it was taped on here. And the tape is old and worn. That kind of gives me another look. And I'm going to go back to my other, let's see. Sorry, I probably should have planned this a little bit better because this whole video is now becoming an Indiana Jones update video. And that wasn't what it was intended to be. Let me get some water in one of these cups because I want to add some stains to this. This wasn't at all what this started out being. This is supposed to be a PodCash. It will be. I'll get there. I just have a couple things that I want to do at the same time because I have issues. I'm sorry. Alright, so let's see. See, but that looks like something. I like that. All right. I like the idea of some of these being taped to things. Oh, look at that. This one needs a circle. Ooh, ballpoint. Sorry. I don't know who that is or why I singled that poor chap out, but that I need. Let's see. There's something else that... Ooh, paperclip. Paperclip in there. Grab a paperclip. That needs a paperclip. Alright, I'll find one. I'll find one, because that... I need to have a couple paper clips. I don't know if I have any in here. So they're supposed to just be screws. Alright, so anyway. This was supposed to be a PodCash. So, my whole point of this is HedgerowSecrets. If you are looking for some great components to add to your collection for your own Indiana Jones diary, they're fantastic. She does an amazing job, and she put together a really cool collection of stuff that I'm stunned. I'm really, really stunned by the quality. I'm really stunned by the quality of this. But if you're looking to make some weathered tape, this does seem to work, and it looks like it works with both the shiny and with the flat masking tape. So I will tinker around more with that and add to my Indiana Jones diary, which this isn't what this is supposed to. Okay, one more thing. I'm sorry. So to that question, I do get obsessed about things. The other thing that I purchased is on eBay. One of the things in this Indiana Jones diary, and I should open this up and show you, and I can start putting some of my fun things in there, is it came with a reprint of some Camel cigarettes. Looking at this, I've looked at some more pictures of it. Shocking, I know. But I'm gonna paint this more. But some of the things in here, like, I'll show you. Really liking how this is starting to come together. And I think these new additions are really, really gonna help out. And again, to answer your question, why? I have no idea. I have no idea why I'm doing this. It's not like I'm going to have some giant display where people are going to come by and see my Indiana Jones Grail Diary. I do it for me, and I do it just because I find entertainment in it. Now, this. So this is what came with my purchase of the Indiana Jones Diary. Why? Why do I need a print of one? I bought them on eBay. I went onto eBay and I bought one because I thought, well, that's an easy thing. Why not just get a real one? Because for me, it's all about textures. In this one, I already told Garland about it. I'm sending this extra one over to Garland because he's putting together his own Indiana Jones diary, and I like the idea of different textures because it adds to the realism, and all of these are the exact same. And when you look at something like, let's say, I'm just trying to go to one of the photos in here, and I don't mean to focus so much on this Indiana Jones diary because that's really not the entire focus of this. Oh, look. So here's one more thing. So, I'm going down a rabbit hole. So there's this money here. And I thought, ooh, a $2 bill. That'd be cool in there. Because how often do you see $2 bills? So yeah, I found a $2 bill. All right. So let's see. There are photos in here. And I'm not really that impressed with the photos because they're, again, just on the same paper. And that's why I think that putting in, like, these photos, that adds to the texture of it and the realism. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So this will be part of this. Probably something like on the outside of it, like a soldier would put their helmet on there. I've got lots of plans for this. And I'll give you some updated pictures when I finally get there. But that's, again, not what this PodCash is even supposed to be about. But I'll work on this a little bit more. Now, more questions. I'm sorry. Let's get to question number 2. I am in another part of the world and have never heard you on the air when you were a radio DJ. Most of you haven't. You're not missing much. But I enjoy your stories, and I think I would have enjoyed your radio program. Can you tell us something embarrassing that is possibly music industry world related, but it has to be super embarrassing or don't bother? All right. A story that is super embarrassing that is music related, or don't bother. All right, let's try and put some of these. I have a little bit of the paint that I'm going to try and put on this tape too, just to give it some variation. Something that is music related. All right. So I used to live with a guy when I first started radio. His name was Morris, and Morris was also in radio. We were roommates. He's actually still in radio in San Francisco. Super talented guy. He is a bass player in a band. He can sing. He can do all of these things. I don't know why he's wasting his time in radio. He should be on the radio. But when we were roommates... You wanted embarrassing. When we were roommates, Vanilla Ice was popular. I was a white guy that had long hair and was living with a black guy that was my roommate that we decided I should rap. Oh, we decided that I should make rap songs that Morris would sing on and produce. Me. And it's not even really rap. It's kind of... I'm going to have to play this, aren't I? All right. Hold on. I'm going to play one of my songs. I'm going to say my songs. This is Love and Lies. Hold on here. You said you wanted embarrassing.
Round once, you only paid for one ride. Keep my fire burning, keep my love alive. These things are not bad, you understand. The perfect woman, I'm her man. Just a matter of time before I lose myself. She's the perfect one for me. Those other girls I cannot see. Just a matter of time before I lose myself. Cause this world only goes round once. You only paid for one ride. Keep a fire burning, keep my love alive. This world only goes round once.
That's actually Morris singing there.
Keep a fire burning, keep my love alive. My love, these feelings come straight from the heart. A ring, a rose, the perfect start.
It doesn't get much more embarrassing than this.
Before I lose my mind. Cupid came and slung his arrow. 2 by 2 we'll walk the aisle. Just a matter of time before I lose myself. Cause this world only goes round once. You only paid for one ride. Keep a fire burning, keep my love alive.
Shocking I didn't go into this for a living, isn't it?
This world only goes round once. You only paid for one ride. Keep a fire burning, keep my love alive. My love alive. I approach, the time has come. We'll take 2 and make it 1. Just a matter of time before I lose myself.
Okay, can I stop? Is that embarrassing enough? Did that fulfill your only if it's embarrassing? I'm gonna go turn that off. I can't take it anymore. And I want to get back to this. Hold on.
Cause I've fallen in love with you, love with you, love with you. I've fallen in love with you, love.
Is that embarrassing enough for you? Is that embarrassing enough? Me singing, and I can't sing. I don't know why I did it. Anyway, you asked for something embarrassing, and it doesn't get much more embarrassing than that. All right, a quick sneak peek at what I am working on. I said I was inspired by going to Disneyland in the project that's going to be coming out, and of course this project. I like to make things from found objects, and walking through Rise of the Resistance, I'm constantly inspired, and I've seen some amazing things from some of the people in the Facebook group that I love, the Room Builders. If you're not a member of the Room Builders Facebook group, you should become part of that community. Also, my Try to Finish Something community. Anytime I make something that has files or anything that I can share, I put them in there for free. And one of the things that I am working on for my next project is, I'm going to just show you the faceplate of it, an 8-track cassette player. I'm going to be making this into something, and I have some details on that I will be sharing on my Instagram account, also my Facebook group as well. But I really wanted to thank everybody who takes the time to become a Patreon member. I really appreciate the support that each one of you puts in on a monthly basis. That's where I get things like these alcohol inks and stuff. It's all through support of the Patreon members. And for those that purchase things off of the Amazon wish list, thank you very much. I can't thank you enough. It's incredible that you guys put that sort of support in, and I really, really appreciate it. All right, so question number 3. It seems like you like more than just Star Wars. I love the Indiana Jones Diary build, and here I am doing it again. Do you have any plans for more non-Star Wars props? Yeah, I definitely do. So I really enjoy movies. I would love to make some stuff from Aliens. I would love to make some stuff from maybe Blade Runner. Maybe things that Harrison Ford doesn't star in. But not Aliens. I just mean Blade Runner, Indiana Jones, and Star Wars. But I'm a big fan of movies, and I love to make props. I'm constantly watching things, whether it's something that my daughter is watching, my wife, and I'm looking at the props and things that they do on there. And we'll be talking about that coming up, but I've even done some real props for movies, and I really enjoy making props. I like a story behind an object seen in a film, and I definitely have plans to do more props other than just Star Wars. It was just a happy coincidence the way the roads collided, because right when that Facebook group, the Star Wars Room Builders, started is when I started my YouTube channel. So as I'm trying to grow my channel, it seemed the perfect fit, because I was already building Star Wars stuff, and there was this Star Wars Room Builders group that already had a population of people that I could tell about projects that I was working on. And there's not the same sort of community for just props in general that I know of. Maybe there is a community like that, and if there is one, please let me know down below. And I would love to share these projects with more people. It's just fun, and I learned so much from the comments that you guys wind up putting down below. And one of the comments I had in the Indiana Jones Diary had said, what about spilling coffee on a map? And that's a great suggestion that I just didn't think of when I was putting that together. And I learned a lot of things, and I hope you do as well. But it's just fun to do these builds together and to have that kind of back and forth with the community that watches these videos. And I really enjoy it. But let's see if I can. I'm going to get really sidetracked, and I think I'm just going to play some music, and I'm going to do some of the pages in this, and I'm going to try not to just talk. I'm going to play some of the not the music that I did. I'm going to play some music, and I'm going to see if I can put together some of these pages, and feel free to watch along, and hope you join me as I try and put some of this together and try and make this Indiana Jones Diary a little bit more believable. So let's see if we can make some changes here. Sorry, I lied. I'm still talking. This package of stuff from Lucie at HedgerowSecrets is really, God, it's so good. I love it. I mean, look at this manifest sheet. I am going to do what was suggested before, and I am going to do a coffee spill on it. Maybe a few splatters. And I'm gonna tie a few of these items together with some paper clips. See, like this. See, this is a terrible stamp that was included in the loose sheets of my Indiana Jones diary, and it's one-sided, it's not cut on the lines, and it's awful. I'm gonna toss this one out and use some of Lucie's stamps that she provided from HedgerowSecrets. Just gonna darken the outside a bit more. Maybe I'm gonna tape one of these pictures on the inside of the book here. All right, I think I'm done. Probably not. If you stuck around till now, this was not a typical PodCash. Thank you again for all of your support and for watching these videos. I really appreciate all of the support that you guys give me through Patreon, through Amazon, and just watching these videos and commenting down below. And I really hope you enjoyed this Indiana Jones diary upgrade. And if you didn't, actually, that's the outro to my regular video. I don't know what I'm doing. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your support. Thanks for checking out another PodCash. And I'm sorry, go away. Thank you very much for watching. Talk to you later.